Fuck 'em. You're not here? Well, there's the archives. Oh, yo, what's up, Ant-Man?
Oh, shit. Dude, I don't know what it is about Ant-Man, but the Tekken scene just fucking loves that dude. Like, so many people, even from our channel last year, they just go up to me and they're like, man, you know that Marvel player from Melbourne? And I'm like, that really doesn't narrow. They're like, oh, the guy, Ant-Man or something. I'm like, yeah, I know Ant-Man. They're like, man, he's so good at Tekken. And then I'm like, yeah, he used to play. Like, a lot of them don't know. And then they're like, man, that guy loses, and he's just like laughing and smiling. And
He's an infectiously positive person.
Yeah.
He almost knocked me out of the tournament in SF5.
Oh,
it was like last game, last round.
Yeah.
Ant-Man, I like you. You're a good Ant.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna clap and then we're gonna get started.
All right, what number are we?
27. Just right. This is wrong, but it is 27.
The area battles.
The area where battles take place in Melbourne. Because if you write battle area Melbourne, then it's like people aren't gonna. Then they're like, no, what are you talking about? Social. You know, we can just start. This is broken, but I don't care.
What is broken?
The social widget that says when people follow. No, I fixed it. I'm the fucking best.
Alright. Hello and welcome everyone to another lovely episode of I Don't Even Podcast, numero 27. I am Youssef, joined as always by Jonno.
Barely.
How are we doing?
I'm barely here in every sense of the word.
This episode was like a 50-50 toss-up. Like, should we do it? Should we not do it?
Well, we canned the one before, right?
Yeah.
So, because I don't know why we ever committed to doing a show the night before we flew out to a major, but I feel like 4 or 5 days out from a major, we got no excuse.
Yeah, I know. I mean, as you guys might tell from our voices, they're a bit raspy, you know. We're still recovering. I mean, none of us are really sick. It's just hella drained and hella tired, hella exhausted, and just... I did nothing yesterday. I just... I did nothing, but my mum picked up my copy for Injustice 2 from the shop, and then, like, I just lagged Injustice all night, and then I didn't go anywhere. Like, my friends are calling me. They're like, yo, you know, we had a big weekend. We have to go back to the gym. I'm like, I ain't fucking leaving my house today. Leave me alone. So, yeah.
Yeah. I've been teaching kids, and they've all been having a bad week. Today was not the week this week was not the week to be a little shit.
Yeah.
And they doubled down. But, look, I think I barely saw you all weekend.
I believe, like we were just saying, I think I saw you twice, which was when we randomly bumped into you and the VF dudes at Gami.
That's right. You were there with K. Brad and all the Tekken dudes. We were on the way out.
And when we did the interview.
Yeah, and we'll touch on that a little bit later on. But before we get into the news, though, I want to mention 2 little things, first of all. So, one thing about these interviews we're talking about, we tried our hand at interviewing a whole bunch of people for just kind of like a band recap video that I'm still in the process of editing. For some, like, we're getting better because this is the first time so the timeline for this is I bought the gear Tuesday, we tested it Thursday, I tested it Thursday, and Saturday I gave you a microphone, I said, let's go talk to people, and the 27 interviews we did, they're all there.
Whoa,
we
did 27?
We did 27.
Yo!
So, look for that on the YouTube, that's like /camera, like everything else. It's... People gave us some gold, so I'm going to see if I can cut together something nice.
I just want to say apologies to the anime scene and the Smash 4 scene. We wanted to, the Konami staff, we wanted to do some interviews with the anime players and the Smash 4 players.
I think it overlapped with Gear, right? Like there was some really just like, high profile Gear stuff.
We both had a very, very hectic schedule over BAM. Like we were both helping, like, you know, Tio and Jonno stream, and I was helping a lot with the tech and stuff. So... And between, you know, playing games and helping out with different stuff, like, we're really, really short on time. But we did manage to get, so you said 27. We
Something
did manage,
like
most of them are Australian. We got some New Zealand folks in the mix, and, you know, one international guest.
Who I might add, he invited himself
into the interview.
He saw Youssef, he saw a microphone, he said, just get out of the way. So you can probably guess who that one was.
Yeah.
Dogura.
It was Dogura. Thank you, Dogura.
Yeah, what nicest dude.
Who, by the way, did not show up to his match against me in Tekken because he knew I'm going to be all up in that ass.
So new Twitter bio, beat Dogura in video games.
Stay free, Dogura.
But I guess we'll talk more about that because we're going to get through news, and then we're going to each talk about our experiences start to finish because I have no idea what you did.
We called the news, by the way. We kind of like focus only on. We're not gonna do any national news. It's only gonna be like.
Oh, we got a bit of national news, but it's like the absolute bare bones.
Okay. And
Kisu, yeah, this is when we went around asking people, do you want to be internet famous? This is what we were referring to, and yeah, so you'll see that probably in the next week on the YouTube. Hopefully it'll be a good bit of fun. Like, we're obviously like brand new to doing things that aren't podcasts, but we thought we'd try it. Like,
yeah, so the main focus of this was we just want to like just showcase kind of like the Australian players as much as we can. Yeah, and that's why we try to like interview as many different players from different like fighting backgrounds, like, you know. So we had SF players, Tekken players,
Smash
players, NRS players, Melee players, because we couldn't get to the Smash 4 players. We interviewed VF players. Did we get any cough people?
I think they were still running stuff.
Yeah, like so we just try to get as much as we can into like, you know, 1-2 hours block that we both were free at, and we got a lot of New Zealand players, and we got we got Switch.
That's right.
Well, without giving too much away, we managed to interview a player who's not even a player.
Yeah,
who just has friends in the FGC and lives all the way in Tasmania and travels to Australian majors just so he can hang out with the FGC. Yeah. So, you know, it's a really good interview. Very, you know, hit us.
That's nice.
Right here. So, you know, keep an eye out for that. So
I just want to say as well, fucking shout outs to Melbourne Melee.
Yeah.
The Melee community in Melbourne, like, maybe they're just the nicest, sassiest bunch of dudes I think I've ever met. And Dom Hines, their streamer, Dom and I have been going back and forth for a while, and he's just like, yeah, come check out my setup at like BAM. Oh my god.
Well, if you want any indication, you know, how you know Vic Melee or even just the Melee scene, you know, operates in general, just look at their fearless leader. I mean, he's a true indication to what a real gentleman is. And then, you know, that's essentially the scene. So, shout out to Drake Tech.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
We'll have more to say on that later, but for now, we're going to plow through this news.
Alright.
So, you called most of these. So
I called most of these, just some of the stuff, because we're trying to keep it fresh. New game called Omen of Sorrow. It's kind of Omen of Sorrow. It's a horror game. It looks pretty funky. So, if you guys are interested in checking it out. So far, the two characters that are there are like this like half angel, half demon kind of character, and whose name is Gabriel, which, you know, I'm pretty sure it's an angel reference because most angels, their names finish with EL, and just a werewolf dude called Caleb. So pretty funky. It's in early stages, but it looks pretty interesting if you guys want to check it out, called Omen of Sorrow.
Fresh IP is always good. And yeah, it looks like it's actually coming along, which is nice.
Pretty cool.
No, we don't want to join the SRK mailing list.
New game called Slice, Dice and Rice. It's essentially a one-hit kill. Ooh. But it's pretty interesting because you can dodge attacks as well, so, and you can block them and whatever. But then as soon as you get that first hit, it's you know, you win. One thing I like about this game actually is kind of the shadowy visual effect. Kind of reminds me of the Watchmen graphic novel. Yeah. Has that, you know, darkness to it. So yeah, just another game if you guys want to check it out, called Slice, Dice and Rice.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
It's that. Moving into more traditional stuff.
So this one's a bit of a deep cut, but like VF players will take hope wherever we can get.
I know.
And Sega is planning to revive some major IPs before 2020. So there's a whole bunch of there's always a tinfoil hat theory about something related to VF. The first one being a long time ago, the PC port. There were 3 PC ports that, like, I guess, were the wish list, that were Bayonetta, Vanquish, and of course Virtua Fighter 5. The first 2 have just got their PC ports already, but the kicker there is that Virtua Fighter is the only one on that list that's not a platinum game. Yakuza 6 has the full game of Virtua Fighter 5 in it. The last Yakuza that had that was Virtua Fighter 2, which saw release on 360 and PS3 shortly after. But so this is just another one of the things that like makes all VF players think that maybe we're not just like grasping at straws here. Maybe there is either a re-release or another game on the horizon, because, you know, Virtua Fighter is obviously one of their big IPs and has been for a long, long time.
See, the thing with Virtua Fighter is that you always get all these small, you know, hints.
Yeah.
You know, that just keep the false keep the hope, alive. And then I'm like, by the end of it, if Sega was to tease someone for so long with all these kind of, misdirections, and then, not drop a new VF game, I'm gonna be like, fuck you, Sega. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be honest.
That's a pretty fresh take to have on Sega. Fuck you, Sega.
So it's just and Sega does seem to be that kind of company that, will just, string you along for a ride and just dump you.
I mean, personally, because you obviously have a very different take on this, but if you ask any Virtual Fighter player, Virtual Fighter would always do something, and then Tekken would sort of innovate on that. So I think my timeline might be wrong on this. Chat will correct me if I'm wrong, but like Virtual Fighter, they had the outfit customization first, and then Tekken ran with it and made it bigger.
I don't know.
Okay, well, like the point is like they were always sort of like innovating at some point, and this is the first one that Tekken. So Tekken had the Rage Drive.
Can I just say also something? It's not about who does it first.
No, it's not. Who does it better? Okay.
Who does it best.
But the point is like I could also see a bit of apprehension because this is when they were going war and war. So it's like uneven stages, Tekken 4. Character customization, I think Tekken 5 or whatever it was. Assuming the timeline is right, but. Tekken, this is the first time Tekken's ever gotten ahead, if you're going by this theory. So personally, I would like to see, regardless of whatever I just said was bullshit or not, I want 5 first. I want Final Showdown first, because given where Sega is at the moment...
What do you mean you want?
I want Virtual 5 Final Showdown as a re-release first.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want 6... Like, 6 could be garbage. Like, I want a game that I know is good. I know, like, I've talked to many players. KG, even BK said, if this was on a modern console, they'd be more inclined to give it a
Virtual Fighter 5... Jonno is a great game.
Yeah, it's one of the most balanced and like rewarding games around there. So like personally, because I would rather have that, and then in 2020 do whatever the hell you want. But up until that point, I would want that. But fingers crossed. Like
fingers crossed. Look, if for nothing, fucking the Virtual Fighter scene is fucking amazing, and they deserve good shit. So at least do it for the Virtual Fighter scene, Sega, one time.
So Warner Brothers and Warner Brothers and ESL Injustice 2 Championship Series. So tell me about this.
It's essentially the Injustice CPT with a fuck ton of money.
Okay. And
TLDR, somebody gotta pay Sony Fox's bills.
Sounds like he's doing okay thus far.
He just won an NLBC free and winners, and using 4 different characters. I was watching that now.
The classic NRS.
No one even came close to him. And then when they asked him in the interview, post tournament interview, how do you feel? He's like, I knew I was gonna win this tournament free. And then they're like, no, but what? He's like, no, I was winning this tournament free. And they're like, did anyone even give you trouble? They're like, yeah, Forever King played really good. Forever King's got the second. He's like, anyone else is like, nah, everyone's free.
That's good. I like mouths. Mouths make the world go around. That's why I love talking to Spud. That guy's... I love mouths, dude. And we need more mouths in the community.
I love mouths if you can back it up.
Yeah.
If you're someone who can talk shit, but you can also, smack fools, like right in the jaw, when, push comes to shove, you should talk all the shit.
But even if you can't, drive it into the ground and then make it your thing.
If you can't, you're just an attention whore.
Okay.
It's, look at me.
Well, it's running with the Injustice news, Starfire, Red Hood, and Sub-Zero revealed for Injustice 2. So I caught the flight over to BAM with Gilbags and Sagat83, Kyle and Aaron, and they reckon that the Sub-Zero pick is actually great because it's like a gateway drug for MK heads, and there are a lot of casual MK heads who have no attachment to DC. In terms of Starfire and Red Hood, I don't know too much about that.
Starfire looks like she might maybe play like Raven from the first one. And as for Red Hood, I'm thinking he might be like a... I don't know. He's... I don't know. So I legit don't know. Maybe like a cross between... I don't know. He's got a gun, so I don't know how useful that's going to be. So
it's all speculative at this
point. Sub-Zero, he's got his sword, so I'm guessing maybe he'll be going to be like more melee based. Because in a game like in Injustice, his clone is going to be an even more... useful tool than MKX because so I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, at least he doesn't have a unreactable teleport that can cross you up and then launch you on hit like Scorpion did in Injustice 1 in a back to block game. So that's good to see. But yeah, Sub-Zero is definitely the right pick. Definitely the right pick in my opinion.
So quick one, Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, confirmed Steam for June 1st, and I guess that's...
Just cop the game on Steam on June 1st.
That's great. And there was a beta, and we'll talk about that in band because I think they ran a 3-on-3, so the Guilty Gear 3-on-3 was on the Rev 2 demo, which is great. Okay, so Road to King of Iron Fist documentary for Tekken 7 to air on Twitch.
So details on this is stuck, but if you have any interest in Tekken, I'm thinking this is more geared towards competitive side of things. There's a documentary called Road to King of Iron Fist. Check it out. I think it's set in Japan. I don't know what I've yet to check it out myself, but should be interesting if you want to.
SRK has run a piece on it.
Yeah.
I guess so. The Iron Fist is.
So I'm guessing it's gonna be on already archived on Twitch.
Yeah. Twitch.tv/.
Probably showing tonight or yesterday. So.
Yeah. So find that on Twitch.tv/Tekken. I guess that's to do with World Championships and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. King of Iron Fist tournament is of course the globals for Tekken that ran the last 2 years. So kind of Tekken's own version of a Capcom Cup, but not as big because the game isn't officially released everywhere.
Oh, just jumping in the chat for a sec. Audacity said the Rev 2 demo was pretty bad for running a tournament because it checks the internet connection at every round. So that's a nightmare.
Can you tell Audacity you cost me $40?
Okay, Audacity you cost Youssef $40. But look, in defense of that, that's why you run demo tournaments as side events.
Yeah.
So that's I understand the frustration, but also good shit anime for using your head on that one. So jumping back to Tekken real quick.
So some more Tekken. Brisbane's own Boxer King has put together a very helpful Instant Shining Wizard tutorial for anyone who's looking to play King.
So what the hell is an Instant Shining Wizard?
Essentially, a Shining Wizard is a command grab that King does out of running. So he needs to be running. So to run it, you need to take 3 steps or more, and then your character is
forward.
So triple forward, and then your character runs, and then you can do the command grab. However, if you're super quick with your input, there's special motion that you can buffer, and you can do the running. You don't need to. King doesn't need to run. He can do it even if he's face to face with the character.
Right.
So, and it's a very useful tool, because it keeps the opponent on their feet. It's command grab, so you have to react to it and break it. So, if you're looking to play King, who's a very cool character and also very good on the tier list, just a little tutorial by Brisbane's own. The guy's from Brisbane.
Huh.
So yeah.
I'll leave that one over. I'll amend that one in the show notes.
Show notes.
Just because it's a Brisbane player.
Hell yeah.
So kicking on with more Tekken news.
Alright, this is actually pretty awesome. So Fergus from the Tekken scene, I think he's a UK Tekken player, he put together a very simple and laid out explanation for each character in Tekken, how they play, categorized either easy, medium or advanced, how to play, their weaknesses, their strengths, and how to approach them in Tekken. It's very easy to digest, and the explanation aren't that long, but they're very in depth. So definitely check it out. If you still don't know who you want to play in Tekken, I know a lot of people are eager for the game to drop in 2 weeks. So yeah, do check it out. It'll be in the show notes. It's a Google.
I'll keep this one in. So do you agree with the difficulty is another really good one, I think.
It kind of depends from player to player.
Yeah.
But I want to say about 90 to 95% I agree with what you said. Which is, so let's go with 90%, which is very. But again, it's very. The last 10% is very personal.
Yeah.
So 90% for me to agree with somebody like this 90% accurate. That's a lot. Especially because because my experiences is I've traveled to Japan. I don't know if he's traveled to Japan. I've played Japanese players, so it kind of might be a bit different.
Yeah.
So it's really good. You should definitely check it out.
So this last news continues in the theme of me buying shit on PS4 and then it appearing on Steam 2 weeks later after I buy it full price. The King of Fighters 14 is finally coming to Steam. A closed beta has been announced and pre-orders. It's been announced as well as pre-orders, but I don't believe we've got a date yet for any of that stuff. But that's really exciting. The KOF 13 port was pretty decent towards the end. And it's just exciting to have another platform to play a really good game on.
Do we know if there's any cross-platform?
No, I sincerely doubt it. But the training mode is fine. And by all accounts, the netcode support's been pretty good. So we'll keep up with that. So we'll quickly bash through some local news real quick. And I just realised that when I said at the start, we're going to go through two things. The first one was a video. The second one is next week at normal IDEP time, 8 p.m, a buddy of mine and a buddy of the consoles will be jumping on the same Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Gamera, and we're going to live compose the beginning and end theme for IDEP. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's just a little side project. I'll mention more about that later, but you can follow me or Youssef to find out more about that. That's just an aside as like a bonus content for the fact we missed a week. So look forward to that. Mm-hmm. But quickly bashing through some local news. Sonic Boom 20 is happening on May 21st, which I believe is this Sunday. Same deal. PC setups for SF5. This is the 20th one, so like good shit to Team Solid and all those guys for keeping it up. YSB 52 is happening next week. You've heard us talk to death about it. I'll give you the highlights. First Injustice Tournament. Super Turbo's coming back. So Hugo. I was having a little bitch and moan at the ST corner about how no one's running Super. They're like, how come there's no more tournaments? Like you guys all look really rusty. It's like, no one runs it. Hugo, like he puts his stick down, looks up and goes, why didn't you just ask me to run it? And then that's why Sydney's the best. So ST's coming back. Fire Rider Dennis is running a 2v2 tournament, which I believe the Bamco guys came up and was like, yo, what's up, Bamco? Yeah. So that was cool.
That did happen.
Because everyone's a little burnt out with SF5, we'll be running a 2v2 tournament. It's like a fun side thing because a lot of people had fun at the team tournament, which we'll sort of talk about. But you know the deal, smash.gg/YSB52.
Hey, I'm gonna run a team tournament for Tekken.
Do it. If there's anything about that, also do we'll tweet it.
I'm gonna run a 2v2 or a 2v3 Tekken tournament.
Like, I don't know, fun's fun.
And, it'll be the last Tekken tournament before the game drops.
And whatever happens, you'll know about it. We'll push your word out.
Azadi.net.
Yes. So, speak on the topic of Tekken, Reload, which hosts Canberra's monthly Street Fighter 5 tournaments, which is like a bar and game centre, is hosting a Tekken 7 launch tournament on June 7th. There'll be a ton of prizes for top 3 places, I believe. Further info will be on the Facebook page. Check the thread on Ozhano, all that sort of good stuff. Now, we're gonna bash through the BAM. We're gonna bash through the BAM top 8. We're not gonna stop. We're gonna start. We're gonna go through all of them, and then we're gonna just unload the can of worms that is BAM top 8. So, it's over. No, BAM 9's finished. No. So Street Fighter 5 top 8. Jeez, this is gonna be a marathon, guys. Street Fighter 5 top 8. 7th place, Margot and Udil Yukadon. 5th place, Razor Cien and Zowie Oil King. 4th was Echo Fox Taquito. 3rd was, I don't know what Fudo's sponsor is. Graft Fudo. 2nd place, Valoran. And 1st place, Red Bull Bonchan. No, we'll talk about that. We're just going to plan through it. Tekken 7.
Tekken 7. From Melbourne. The man who could only play on player 2 side, Aiken. From Brisbane. And forever staying Yigs. Stay Yigs. From Sydney, equal 5th. Lazy Day. From Sydney, equal 5th. Crocock. From Melbourne, Dion Gray. From Melbourne, the man who almost beat the winner of the tournament and made him change characters after he was up 2-0 against him in the first of 3. Go back, Chant NY. 2nd, Echo Fox's own JDCR. And the winner is the lovable Echo Fox Saint.
Good stuff to those guys. Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown. And we'll of course talk more about these tournaments much later. It's tied for 7th, Ozado, Pixie and Nurk. Tied for 5th, Crappy 3D Fighter and Couch Warriors Berserk. 5th place, Toto. 3rd place, Madman. 2nd place, Alex MD. And 1st place,
Chill from Sydney.
Money Chill.
Young Money Chill.
Street Fighter 5 will do top 3. Street Fighter 5 3v3 will do top 3 because these teams will need nothing to anyone. 3rd place, Team SG.
Singapore, I'm guessing.
Yes.
No, it's Skullgirls. Let's go Skullgirls.
Yeah, well, Team Skullgirls featuring Cien, Nublet and Miniman, as we called him when we were commentating. 2nd place, GUI is everywhere. And 1st place, Ormiso, featuring the Japanese team that won a team tournament at another major like a week ago. Shoutouts to, we said top 3, but 5th place, Streets Ahead and Young Guns. A Sydney and a Melbourne team consisting of Bug, a Wild Llama, and Like Ross.
Word.
On the, I believe, Streets Ahead side. They OCV'd us. Bug OCV'd us, so nice. Good shit to them. And they also Funnily enough, Bug didn't. So Streets Ahead beats Darksided, Llama, and Like Ras. Bug didn't even have to play in that one. And the last team to be played on, the last Australian team to be played on stream, I should say, was Young Guns, which was 619, who knocked me out of the tournament, Zed, and Repupplezorg, all basically infants from Melbourne.
619 Rashid.
Yes.
And is Repupplezorg sticking with Mika?
Yes, and I think Zed played Karen and Carly.
Yeah,
but
they're his two.
you know, anyway, good shit to them. We'll finish off the top 8. Darksided and You Snooze You Lose. I don't know which team that was in 7th.
And Korea at 4th.
Yes, they were. Yeah, they're the team that knocked us into losers. We'll talk about that. So 7th place for Guilty Gear XZ Revelator is Nerk and Tunatorius or BIG Tunatorius. Big. 5th place Popo Kilroy and Homu Javi. 4th place ESG Giggles. 3rd place Ando. 2nd place Goichi and 1st place
the man I beat in Tekken, Dogura.
Yeah, free in.
Didn't even show up.
Exactly.
Didn't even show up. He's scared.
Guilty Gear XZ Revelator, the 3-on-3 tournament, which was run on Rev 2, like we said. I don't know the team, so maybe Audacity can
Lazy
fill us
OGs
in 3rd place.
Team PN. What?
Team PNG in 2nd place. And the Ando Illuminati in 1st place.
Mess.
BlazBlue, 7th place, Ando and 39 Fiery. 5th place, Nerk and Mullet Cap. 4th place, Oh My Goodness. 3rd place, Awakened Being. 2nd place, Big Bazungas. It's all in capital letters.
That's Hunter Steven.
Fucking Steven. And 1st place, ESG Giggles. So congratulations to Giggles. King of Fighters 14, tied for 5th. We have Pitchy and Alex K. Tied for 7th. Tied for 5th, we have Sketch and A1. 5th place, Darksided Falco. 4th place, thank you.
Second time.
3rd, Ozono Megadab. 2nd, Shen and
Sydney
1st place, Goichi.
Sydney holding the crown.
Yeah. I believe Alex K got the closest to Goichi. I think he took a game off him, but good stuff to all those guys. Because they're all people who've been supporting the game and they've done well. Mortal Kombat XL, tied for 7th. KD10 and ESG Sinjo. 5th place, Stormy and Dr. Awesome. 7.
Yep.
E7.
Joma.
4th place, Osado Gilbags. Man, we don't talk about this.
Don't worry, it's not going to win shit in Injustice as well because Joker's shit.
That's good.
So the cycle is just going to repeat itself.
3rd place, Sagat83 from Sydney. 2nd place, Googie from Melbourne. And 1st place, sponsored player, the unstoppable esports personality.
DS Wasman Eater.
Good stuff to Was, man. He's been putting in mad work.
Yeah, hasn't lost a ways to be all this year.
Ultra Street Fighter 4 tied for 7th. Dilo and Herp Derp Wong tied for 5th. Somniac and JB.
First by some players.
Yeah. Who's JB?
From New Zealand.
Ah, okay.
Johnny Brown, aka Johnny Business.
Johnny Business.
Yes, sir.
I dig that tag.
Yep.
4th place, Sketch. 3rd place, After Death.
Oh, damn, George?
After Death, who got bodied by the registration
Yeah, I know. That's what it was.
Somehow managed to claw his way back in the tournament. Electro, do you know who that is?
No idea.
I'm sure someone in the chat will tell us. And Carnage took that one out, so congratulations to him. Yeah, you do that. I'll keep going through the results. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Ed and Hobo Bloke in 7th place, Ed is also known as 619, I should say. 5th place, Solid Steph and Burnout Fighter. 4th place, New Zealand's own Iron Soul. 3rd place, Boon. 2nd place, Rise Man. 1st place, EGK Brad. Dead or Alive 5 last round, Grey Geese and I Am That Game Freak in 7th. At Jamal and Phantom Sleep in 5th. Alex MD in 4th. Couch Warriors Berserk in 3rd. Toko in 2nd. E-Babble in 1st. Super Turbo. Tied for 5th, we had Carnage and Kisu. Tied for 7th, we had Carnage and Kisu. Tied for 5th, we had myself and San. Tied in 4th, we had R Kappa Marty Ken.
That guy is a walking meme.
3rd place, Osado Gangsta. 2nd place, Toxie. And coming out of the woodworks, first tournament, I believe, over 7 years. Or at least first tournament outside. No, he came to SS like 5 years ago. It was Gizzle.
We just got confirmation. Electribe is the #1 Japanese guy player in SF4.
And he was in...
And he happened to be in BAM. I don't know if Marty is trolling, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. If it's Marty, that's pretty suspect. But yeah, good stuff to Gizzle. We'll talk more about him when we get to my side of the BAM story. Alpha 3, Alpha 2, which got ran and was actually really popping with casuals all weekend. Third place Sun, second place Sketch, first place Toxie. Not a huge surprise because these guys have been running it at the Couch Warriors, the CCH Rambats, I believe. No, not the Rambats, just the CCH sessions.
You reckon he's studying or for work? Thanks, Marty.
Okay, thanks, Marty. Smash for Wii U in 7th place. We had SAS, Swithy and GVP Jesmo. Tied for 5th, we had Boozer and Waveguarder. 4th place, ESG, Aha. 3rd place, Luco. I recognise that name.
He's from Sydney.
He's from Sydney. 2nd place, Ghost. First place, Mish Extra.
He also won. Extra also won OHN.
Good shit.
Yeah.
No, surely not. There were a ton of internationals there.
OHN last year.
Surely not. I thought there were a ton of internationals.
Pretty sure that was him.
I saw Darren in the chat. I saw Dred in the chat. He'll
Dred is for we.
Yeah, but anyway. Like we're all a happy family.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Extra won OHN.
Well, yeah. we can look it up. We'll look it up after this. Actually, I'm gonna fact check that. So 7th place, LGC Dion B and Splice Domby. If it's Domby, it shouldn't be written like that. Actually, it should be.
You can write it however you want.
That's true. Jungle SA Vic in 5th alongside Rainbow.
I think that should be SA Nick.
SA. Okay.
If I.
No. Okay, whatever. SA Vic Nick. Okay.
Well, that doesn't make sense. They're two different things.
Yeah, well, maybe there's Smash players in there.
Yeah, Extra one OHN.
Okay, Extra one OHN. So it must have been BAM last year. They had all the internationals.
Yes,
that must be what I was thinking of.
Correct.
So 4th place, Unfortunate SD. That's a good handle. 3rd place, ZXV, who was the only person to take a set off the winner. 2nd place was Sora, and 1st place.
Sora's from Sydney.
Yeah, he is. So Sydney got 2nd and 3rd.
And Spud won from losers.
Yeah, because ZXV knocked him out quite early. Yeah. I actually saw him. I saw that set happen. There was a massive, the two loudest scenes in the venue, hands down, were Melee and Tekken 7. And I sort of dropped what I was doing to see what happened, and I saw the set happen. And Spud just very calmly took his controller, got off the stage, walked from Melee, which was in the back side of the corner, and he just mainlined his way out. Didn't look upset, just I'm gonna leave this venue now. And just did not stop for anybody, and he powered his way out.
He's like, I leave and it's all good, or I stay and murder. I'm a murder.
In 24 hours time, I'm gonna prove all these people wrong, and he did. Yeah. He backed it up.
Just want to say that's also DS's second win of the weekend.
Yeah, they did.
They clean. They and also had the highest placing Australian player in SF5.
Yes, they did.
In the form of DS Falco.
That's
but
true.
Not to take away from anything from Falco's achievement, equal placing with him is Sydney's own BK Sama.
Do I have some words about that young man?
So just throwing it out there.
So Project Melee, done DS. Well, it was nice meeting you guys. PM, Muscat and ZXV in 7th, Kunshi and Lad Chapos in 5th, 4th place Star, 3rd place Luxingo, 2nd place Sora, and 1st place Ryuzul. And then I believe the Smash 64 guys, they flew out Super Boom Fan from Panda Global. Spoiler alerts, he won. Hey,
we fly you and then you can take our money.
Yeah. How's that for a deal?
Yeah.
For international scenes, you ever need a guy, call me.
Yeah.
7th place was Kuro Dino. 5th place Mitch and Indefa. 4th place DSC. 2nd place Quincy, and Pete couldn't unfortunately take off. Yeah, that's a good effort.
Good effort.
In Brawl, we had Aleph and Microsoft J in 7th. AC10, Zambi, Zeus, I'm too tired for this shit. Sim 7 in 5th. Forks, Luxingo, 3rd, Ghost, 2nd, ZXV, and 1st, congratulations, Big
in all caps.
Rivals of Ether, which had a pretty decent crowd considering it was first thing in the morning, I think. Yeah. 3rd was SNC, 2nd was Neeson, and 1st was Gabe, who has a bunch of numbers before his name.
Gabe's also the main tier.
Oh, good shit.
So yeah, shout out to him.
So in doubles, that was won by ZXV and Quetz. In Melee, in Wii U doubles, Luco and Poppet got 1st. And in PM, Ryuzul and Sora got 1st place. So congratulations to all the winners.
News is done.
That's we've just touched the surface.
Half an hour.
So
that's cool.
Shall we start with my story?
Yeah. Let's go. Inform us, how did May 12th to May 14th go?
So I'd like to take it even back a little bit further to the Tuesday night before BAM.
Let me assume the position.
So I was finally, after months and months. I got my visa accepted, which I got the application accepted, I should say, for Japan, which was like all big news. August 3rd, that's happening. It's happening. 100% that's happening. But I'll still be in OHN.
Applications open for new IDEP hosts.
Oh yeah, please send audition tapes in. I would love that.
I will review them very closely. Also accepting all nudes.
Oh jeez. And anyway, so I got my visa, or I got the application accepted. I went and picked up a recorder, which I then sent a photo of to you. Be like, we're going big this bam. And
everything was big at this bam.
Everything was big at this bam, especially. I mean, look, we haven't even talked about how much space there was in the venue. How many setups there were, all that sort of, like, the amount of stages there were. The venue was huge. I don't know if you can see it from probably the CPT stream was the most, like, but then if you watch that stream, that was like barely a quarter of the venue size from what you could see from those cameras. So I called you up on Tuesday. I'm like, yo, we got this. We're going big. Come around Thursday. I'm like, yo, no, we're not IDEP tonight. There's no way, because I had a bunch of other stuff to edit. Finished all that up at midnight, got up at 3:30 for the flight. Boom, straight to the convention center, because Dave and I had to get our stuff tagged because I was streaming Vetrified and he was doing the ST stuff. So that was cool, and then we just sort of dicked around until later on in the afternoon where I was fortunate enough to get shortlisted for CPT commentary, which was a mess among messes, but fortunately I was lucky enough to be able to do a little bit. So I got there early. Shout out to Chris Delaris. I tried calling all the TOs to like Hollywood my way in, but nothing happens.
Who's that?
So Chris is one of the guys. He's a Street Fighter 4 player who plays, I think, Shoto's in Street Fighter 5 now still. And he saw me with my, like, I was standing with Dave sulking, like, I can't believe I have to wait in line, blah, blah, blah. I want to put my high-vis vest on, and I'm getting paid out because I have my high-vis vest on in the line. Chris sees me. He almost looked disgusted that I had to stand in, like, what do you think you're doing? Come with me. So then I went straight in. So with the way the big esports boys, like, we'll peek behind the curtain a bit, the way the big esports boys vet their commentators is, what's happening?
This is how organized CPT is.
Oh, they just asked me to go on. Oh yeah, Somniac, yeah, so...
Because you're not famous like Somniac.
Oh yeah, no, I only have like...
You're not famous.
I don't even have 200 Twitter followers, so like, fuck me, right? So then I go in and I did my warm-up with, like, June. I met him, said what's up, and you know, we were sort of, they gave me the tick, and then I played the 3v3, as we said, like, we went down to the Koreans. We lost to Didi and I lost to Sua from Korea.
Sua, the girl,
the jury player, and then thank God Xavier defended us and we didn't get OCV'd. And then Valoran made quick.
Just speaking of Sua, real quick, I saw a highlight video of her yesterday.
Yeah.
When she was on stream, she imitates the characters that she's playing.
Oh yeah.
Like when she's playing jury, she imitates her critical art. She imitates her pose. And she plays Nash as a secondary character. And when she plays Nash, she doesn't wear glasses. But when she picks Nash, she just goes and picks a pair of glasses and she puts them on. And then you know when he does it, his super and he fixes them and it looks like that. Yeah. She does it. She's pretty cool. Like
she's pretty committed to the
yeah, I like what you're doing, Sua. I like what you're doing.
So then we get eliminated like by the C-Town boys, Dojo and Dojo. Like can't be too upset about that.
Dojo and Dojo.
I go away and I get a message in the so the CPT. Let me peek behind it. Like that, I didn't sign shit, so I'm just gonna talk as freely as I want. There is a Facebook thread. There is a Facebook thread for everybody involved, and I get tagged being like, "Come over now." So I've given them my times, and it's like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, fuck him. Like, nope, we don't need him. We're not going to use you. We're going to use the names that we know who didn't sign up. But anyway, so then they're like, yo, we need someone for top 8. So it was myself and Jonno who did all of top 8.
Jonno carried.
He carried? You think he carried the commentary?
The next day.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't hear any SF5 on Friday.
I felt like it's... anybody who's done any sort of serious commentary, and like I'm not saying I'm some sort of like god at commentary, it is fucking difficult to commentate with somebody you've never met before. So the advice that he gave me, and I think this is good advice for anybody, like I'm actually going to write something about commentary for OHN applicants. He said, when you don't know somebody, you need to be aggressive. Like you need to get in there. Don't wait for a moment because you're both really apprehensive about leaving space. So you've got to like stake your claim and put your foot down. And like, it was fun. What? Am I getting roasted?
No, Zig is hilarious.
Without a non-disclosure Capcom thing on the edge. lordy. I could say. I mean, look, it was a good experience. I was obviously disappointed I didn't get to do more, but the 3v3 was a lot of fun, and it was cool to like kick it with Junior a bit.
He's pretty awesome.
He's a
he convinced Kaiba to convince me to extend my flight.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's some pretty serious sway.
I know. It's all good. I'll get to that.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was cool to sort of peek behind the curtain, see how the big boys do it. Disappointed I didn't get to do more, but it was like check off the bucket list. So then Saturday we had pools. So I entered SF5, ST, and Virtual Fighter, which was until Sunday. Our SF5 pool was cooked to say the very least. So my first round was Ed 619, who is one of Melbourne's like seeded players.
He's a really good player.
So and like I obviously like look. Bottom line is regional seeding in this tournament for Street Fighter 5 meant shit because of the sheer number of internationals. But our pool had 2 internationals, and 619 and I had to play each other first round. Where in a smaller tournament we wouldn't be meeting each other till like much further down. So in winners I got him, and then Marn made like quick work of me, and then played Ant-Man, and then unfortunately had the double jeopardy, and 619 Ed knocked me out, which was cool. Like it was
that
not
losers
that
final?
No, it was losers semis because Gamer B came out in winners, and then Marn came out in losers.
Oh, could you have called double jeopardy?
No, it was too late in the bracket. Which is fine, you know, like it was whatever. And then ST, so ST we talked about Gizzle, and for those who don't know Gizzle, he is far and away the best ST player Australia has ever produced. He's been to Japan 3 times. He's trained with like grandmaster players. He knows that game. Like boxer is cooked, but the way that guy, like he'll hit you with a low, and then he'll do a level 1 tap into a string that gets him half a bar. He's insanely optimal. And everyone was playing casuals with him. Igor, Spider Carnage pulled me over. He says, you got to play against Gizzle. Like, this is going to upset me. I played like 10 games. I got up, I turned around, and I fucking I'm like, what the fuck? What am I meant to do against this matchup? Like, Hugo, I've seen Hugo like watery-eyed from crying twice. Once was when the VFs were at dinner and Niem was like, bro, I could never eat another bite. And then a school came, he's like, yeah, I'll take 4. The other time was when I looked defeated about Osag versus Boxer, the matchup that has been the bane of my existence for 7 years.
What was his response? That's the favorite about this.
Oh, Gizzle's response.
Yeah, what was his response?
Okay, so Gizzle overhears this, and he's probably freaking out because we didn't really talk much because I was pissed off when we were playing casuals. And he comes up to me, and he's like, yeah, that matchup's pretty rough, huh? I'm like, everyone tells me it's 5-5. He's like, it's not 5-5. So I grab him by the arm, I'm like, what the fuck do I do? He goes, well, you play Osag, right? So your bad matchups are Claw, Boxer, and Sim. So I would recommend against Boxer is you should actually just pick Boxer. So if Australia's best Super Turbo player says to you the answer to Boxer is to pick Boxer, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick Boxer against Boxer.
You should play Boxer.
I 100% did it. So then we ran that tournament. I was the only person to take a game off him, like and that is not an achievement. That was the only sloppy game he had the entire tournament. He then proceeded to win the tournament without dropping a single game. Shout outs to Henry who like knocked me out once again with that round thief we call Chun-Li. That round thief.
Oh, damn.
But no, I can't no options. I play her hard counter. I have no excuses. But that was great. Marty jumped on commentary. Dave streamed the whole thing. It was a really competitive top 8.
So Dav didn't end up entering?
No, he decided not to.
Fair enough.
And I can sort of see where he's coming from because Sydney was quite rusty. Like Igor's making all sorts of comments about how we'd all sort of gone backwards, which is fair. But I think that was one of the things as well that sort of kicked Hugo up the arse to be like, well, I'm going to step up and run shit again. But there were a lot of really close sets. Like A1 and Carnage have had they've been going sort of tit for tat ever since. I think either A1 started entering or Carnage started traveling. Carnage versus Gangsta went down to the wire. Like there are a lot of really, really, really good sets. But grand final was that was such a wash. It was not even funny. So yeah,
Gizzle's from Melbourne?
He's from Melbourne. And he said, he'd hook me up, like, if I go to Japan, just hit him up and I'll get some training in. And he said, next time it might be a different story when we have a boxing in grand finals.
Yeah, at least it'll be 5-5.
Yeah, it'll be true 5-5.
5-5.
Oh, no. Box Osag, that's not 5-5. That was one of those moments where, like, I just wanted to flip. Like, 7 years of people telling me, shut up, Osag player, it's 5-5. And then to have, like, the best boxer player in the country be like, no. You can't win that, son. You can't. That's not winning. And yeah, so anyway, that like honestly, salt aside, that was a lot of fun. That was obvious. SC is always the highlight of my tournament. So after that, I grabbed you. Yes. And that was where we started grabbing people. Like I believe the elevator pitch was, "Hey, you want to be internet famous?"
Yeah.
And
5 minutes. All we need 5 minutes.
And we won't talk about the result of that. You'll see that soon.
They actually ended up being. I was actually surprised, and the interviews ended up being pretty entertaining. Kind of followed the same mold for all of them, and then the answers that we got were pretty fresh, pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be a good video. I look forward to it.
You guys are going to enjoy it. Even if you're like, I don't know who the fuck this player is, they're still fun. They're still mad fun.
So I don't even remember what the hell. I don't remember what I did Saturday night. I'm sure it'll come back to me. But first thing Sunday morning, we streamed Virtual Fighter, and I don't want to get too deep into the weeds of this. I just want to say a big thank you to DreadTech. There was a bit of complication with the stream. Before I could even get my story out of my mouth, he had disappeared and he'd solved the problem for me.
That's how I get the feeling that's how Darren works.
Yeah, and I like it was as a tier to tier. I had a great amount of respect for it, and then as an attendee, I felt like I'd been taken care of, and that felt that great. So after that, that's right. We went to ramen on Saturday night. Martin's took a whole bunch of us. So that was like the first real conversation I had with Baxter, and it was like that was great. Who'd come out of retirement.
Fuck Baxter, man.
5-month retirement, my
seriously, retirement. Oh, I'm gonna retire from this hobby I have.
And so then Sunday I streamed VF. That was sick. That was the first time in my life I've ever had to sit down and run a tournament without running a stream, doing all sorts of other bullshit. And so shout outs to, I want to say, Borgie and Berserk for running the brackets and being really cognizant about what matches they sent to stream, which made for a really good show. We had a whole bunch of international scenes have been following us because of the Victory Road stuff. So they've been aware of a lot of the storylines. But my favourite storyline to come out of that was VF Grill with Charmaine. Because Charmaine, she's putting in work with that game. Like, she is legit business.
Well, I don't watch her much in Virtual Fighter, but she's also a Tekken player, and she's no fucking joke.
Yeah, no, she's not a fucking joke. You can't be like,
sit down and be like, haha, girl, she will fuck you up. She will legit fuck you up. She's really good.
So she was jokingly referred to as VF Grill, and my favourite match of the tournament, in terms of like stream chat banter, was her versus Berserk on stream. And Daniel, I believe, won that set. So everyone's like, boo, boo. And then someone in the stream chat's like, because Dan came up and read it because he was jumping on commentary. And then someone in the stream chat was like, we're not saying boo, we're saying boozer. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Nice save, buddy.
There was some really hype sets, like Nurk almost caused an upset with Nima. It was, I think he won a game that was, because Virtual Fighter, they're 45-second rounds. It was like last hit, they're going tit for tat, and then it went to timeout, and like it was crazy. Like, that's cool. That'll be going up on my channel, YouTube, Gabra. Like, I'm gonna put that whole thing up. That was a really fun tournament to watch, and I just really was happy like to support my scene in that little way. And then obviously like top 4, or not even top 4, like top 8 was just people getting better. It was banging.
Bangers.
And a lot of new blood came out. It was cool. Oh, my first match of the tournament, I don't know who this guy was. He was some dude from Melbourne. And Virtual Fighter, because it's like a competently made game, you can check your buttons from the character select screen.
It's a completely made game.
Which this guy did.
You're cute.
Which this guy did. And then like the stage gets split. He's like, he says buttons. I'm like, what? He's like, I need to check my buttons. I'm like, sure. And then it's like, and then we're gonna go back to character select. I'm like, sure, okay, whatever. It's first match of the day. I won't complain too much. He checks his buttons, and then he goes, okay, ready, go. And then he unpauses it, and he just goes for it. And I'm like, all right, like this could make for a good story if I win this. So I'm just gonna roll with it. And
did you win?
I did. He did the not low rising, because you can do 2 types of rising kicks, low and normal. He did the normal rising kick on wake up every single time, and Aoi has a lot of defensive options, so she can reversal it. So I just sit there, reversal it, launch punish. He knocked down reversal, launch punish. Man, I admire that persistence. But that was a great tournament, and then we all got lunch afterwards. And from that point onwards, because it was just Street Fighter 8 top 8 or Street Fighter 5 top 8, it was just like, all right, I'm gonna go hound every international player I can, and I'm gonna play sets with as many motherfuckers as I can.
How'd you go?
Oh, the setup situation on Sunday, because everything was packing down so quickly. I didn't get to play many people. I played Falco, everyone's favourite international.
Of course. He got interviewed by...
Yeah. The Matt Edwards
yeah.
from Capcom UK. Him, Mim, I think were the two big Aussies. He had some poignant things to say about Falco.
I saw the Falco interview.
I haven't seen the Mim one yet. But she did top 8, so good stuff to her.
I might watch it, I don't know. But yeah, I might watch the Falco interview.
Yeah, the Falco...
Adric's just a smart dude. Like, I just love listening to Falco.
He's a basic bitch, but he's a smart dude. That's how he plays.
Hella.
Yeah, like, that's how he plays. Oh, and Som was interviewed as well. Thank you, Som. Sorry, Som.
I'm not going to watch it.
So
because you're not a talented player, Xavier.
So from there, it was like, watch top 8. And then we didn't go to the after party. We went to dinner. And then there was a dojo session with the HK guys. So, of course, we're going to crack out. So, shout outs to Sonic and Dark Jiwa for being the most, like, down-to-earth, real dudes. Sonic was sitting down with all of us and he's like, oh, you're a chomp player. Let me teach you MOV tech. Do you know MOV tech? Let me teach you MOV tech. Here's everything that Human Bomb would like to articulate for you but can't, even though he's lived in Australia for like 45 years. So we kicked it with them. They played casuals with everyone. And then, yeah, I guess that was it. We sort of got lunch with everyone and flew home. And like, majors are just such a sensory overload where you just see all these people that make you happy and there's just not enough times in the day to spend with all of them. Like, I didn't make it to the after party.
Do you know how much I ran? Just so I can like just say hi to everyone.
Yeah.
Like I checked out the anime section. I checked out the ST section. I would just randomly walk up to Smash 4 and Melee and just like walk through the setups just so I can see like what's happening, or someone I know, like, yo man, what up, what's happening, how we feeling this weekend, are we doing good? Just like I would just combing.
Yeah.
Every time I had like 60 seconds to spare, I would just leave Tekken and just do a round of the entire venue, say hi to everyone and just come back to Tekken.
And my favourite is, hey, do you want to play X game? Yes, but I need to be in 4 other places right now. But, you know, that's how majors go, and, you know, that's sort of why, like, I don't know, it's all good. That was my weekend. It was great to see everyone. I leveled up a ton.
Who's real...
That's KG.
Real talk.
It's KG.
Oh, is it?
It's KG.
Man, KG got such a hard-on for me.
Yeah, he
like, legit.
He loves his Twitter personality, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that was my weekend. What the hell did you do? Alright,
so, before I even left Sydney, dude, my Friday sucked so much. So I wake up on Friday, I'm by myself at home, I'm getting ready to leave. And my sister's been really sick for the last few days, right? She had bronchitis, so, you know, she just coughing a lot, you know, just hating life or whatever. She wakes up on Friday, and then she's like, Youssef, I'm like, what up? She's like, I can't breathe properly. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. Like, I can't breathe properly. I'm like, well, fucking change your clothes. I'm taking you to the doctor. So, I have plane to catch at like 1.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm like, I'm going to leave the house at like 11. My sister, like, you know, she's like, I'm not, at like 10.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, great. But, you know, I'm like, what am I going to do, you know? Uber yourself to a doctor. Anyway, take her to a doctor, you know, take forever, then check it out. By the time I go and come back, I fucking missed my flight. So, you know, catching taxi to the airport, you know, goes $100, had to book for another flight, you know, which wasn't actually that bad. It was like, you know, $85. And then, you know,
side betting money.
Right. See, thank God I made so much money side betting, right? And then on top of that, just to add like insult to injury, we're standing in line, me, Henry, and Charmaine, and then this fucking snake of a fucking stewardess comes up to us acting all lovey-dovey. She's like, oh hey guys, do you wanna skip the queue and, you know, head right to the front, you know, I just have to weigh your bags? I'm like, fuck yeah, fuck lines. You know what I mean? So she takes our bags and then she weighs them, and me and Charmaine are over, right? So she's like, oh, that will be $36, please. You know what I mean? Thank God we had Henry, you know, being as Chinaman as he can. Because, you know, so she's like, we need to upgrade from 7 kilos to 12 kilos. And then, so I was 3 kilos overweight. And then Charmaine was only 1 kilo. So Henry's like, can my friend just take 1 kilo from my girlfriend's bag and just put it in his bag? And then he just has to pay for the thing. She's like, oh yeah, no, but you know, you guys are in 2 different bags. And then And then I'm like, it's literally the same weight. It's just gonna be all under one bag. So why can't we do that?
This is Jetstar, wasn't it?
Oh, it's TikTok.
Okay, so yeah.
Anyway, but then when she saw that, she literally had no leg to stand on, she's like, oh yeah, I guess. So I ended up paying. I didn't even take nothing from Charmaine's bag. She just wanted the money.
Yeah, of course.
And then we ended up...
Lazy Dave with the read. Bet that was Tiger. Boom. That's how you make top 8, baby.
And that's how you make top 5.
Top 5.
Anyway, so that was my Friday, and I was like, oh man, fuck this. Like, I'm over. Like, I haven't left Sydney. I already paid $200. And like, I get to BAM, and then like, I don't even drop off my shit. Abby, picks us up, takes us to the venue. I walk in, and then the first thing I see is like infinite setups of Tekken. I'm like, fuck everything that has happened. I'm about to have some great time.
Yeah.
So, I see all the Tekken setups. The area's looking schmick as hell. You know what I mean? And people just kept asking me the entire night, where's K-Brad? Can people stop asking me the fuck is
Well, you're his mate.
Like, seriously. Like, I had to stop telling people to fuck off every time someone asked me, where's K-Brad? So, Friday night was amazing.
Yeah.
Ran new challenges tournament for Tekken,
Yeah, what were the results for that? I tried to log it and I couldn't be bothered.
So, a dude by the name of J-Mal won from Melbourne.
I heard JDC, I tried to enter.
Well, they didn't know. They just saw Tekken and then they signed up. We had to actually, kick out a lot of people because they just didn't know. They didn't they were eligible to run.
Right.
So the guy that won it is from Melbourne and he's a Lily player. The guy that came second is a Xiaoyu player. I don't know who came third, and then the guy who came fourth is actually Sinjo from Perth, who's used to play Tekken, has been playing MK recently, but Tekken is his where his heart is. So he's started playing Tekken. He's a hitbox player. He plays Brian. So shout out to Sinjo. So that. We had a lot of interest for that, but half of them didn't show up because they knew. So we had to rerun the tournament from scratch. But that finished up and it was amazing. We by Friday night we were at 85 interest for Tekken. By the end of the new challenges tournament, we were at 98.
Yep.
So the tournament finished. I had all these people come up to me and the other tiers and they're like, "Hey man, is there like a main tournament I can enter?" And I felt bad because I'm like, it's last minute, and then I'm like, yeah, there is. Unfortunately, you have to pay $60 for the venue fee because this is if you're just here for the new challenge, it's free to enter.
Yeah.
It's $60 for the venue fee, so that gives you access to literally any setup in the venue, and then plus it's $10 to enter the Tekken tournament. And every single person that came up to me, as soon as I told them that, they're yeah, sure, that's not a problem. I'm like, right this way, and we were all just taking people to the Regio desk. So we ended up Friday night at 98 people. And then I went home and I'm like, we're gonna break 100. It's been too long. It's been too last Tekken tournament I had over 100 entries was Owen Chen so many years ago. And I'm like, come on one time. And then the next day, 4 extra people signed up, 102 entries with the phone number. It was fucking beautiful, right? Tekken tournament it goes without saying.
Wait, are you transitioning to Saturday now?
Yeah, Friday night, what did we do Friday? Friday night, we just went out, had dinner.
Yeah.
We didn't want to do nothing too hectic because, I'm like, Saturday morning, Saturday is going to be, pumping. So.
Let me cut you off before Saturday starts because the fucking chat is on fire right now.
Wait, hit me with the juice.
Okay, Som says, where's K-Brad right now, Youssef?
He's in fucking Canada. Fuck off, Somniac.
And Berserk says that it's the Soul Calibur 5 tournament that you won. Berserk was on Route 4 and he got bodied by Tiger.
No. I got late not because my planes weren't delayed. It just I had to stay at home because of family emergency.
And Shane says, I paid $23 for my ticket. I can't believe they're trying to make me pay for the baggage I'm using. Sorry, the chat is on fire. I have to interject with this stuff. You're gonna shout out the docker that you and Mike or Josky, I should say.
You gotta shout out the docker. Oh, okay. So was that on Friday night? I don't remember. I think that was Friday night, right? And then we went home. Oh yeah, it was Friday night. Okay. We got home. So in the Airbnb that I was saying that it was myself, Eli, aka Alchemist, Mike, aka Josky, Peter, aka Kroko. Alright, so us 4 were staying in the apartment. Zan of internet fame, aka ZEP, decides to join us. He's like, I want to check out your apartment because we've been hyping up our apartment. It's sexy as fuck. It has 2 fucking showers, motherfucker. And we're losing actually 2 toilets, 2 showers. Anyway, Zan's like, I want to see your apartment. So he comes along, he checks out the apartment. He's like, oh, it's cool. And then we're all just tired as fuck. Zan turns on the TV. He's like, I wonder if you can. And I'm not making this shit up. Zan's like, I wonder if there's any porno on this TV. So he turns the TV, you know, like looking for porn. Unfortunately, there's no porn on TV.
In somebody else's apartment.
Yeah,
he's looking for porn.
He's like scrolling through channels, and then he ends up settling on this documentary by David Attenborough and about the planet, about Earth.
Okay.
And then we were all, no one was on any drugs or high or drunk or nothing. We were just all so maggot. Just all tired. We were all just sitting on the couch on the chair, just slumpy ass lazy, and we're just watching this documentary, right? And then we were just like making the most ludicrous comments and just laughing our balls off. Like, so there was this like herd of wildebeests. I forgot what it was. Let's just roll with wildebeests. And you're just standing there, right? And then we were like, fuck, look, so many of them. And then out of nowhere you see these like 2 fucking wolves just looking ferocious as fuck, like approaching the wildebeest. So we all look at each other and we're like, hey, you know who these wolves are? And we're like, who? And then we're like, they say in JDCR and they're coming to attack this Australian Tekken scene. So we ended up watching the entire documentary that ran for like 50 minutes. And then by the end I was too tired, I kicked everyone out. And then, you know, we went to bed. Saturday morning rolls along. I get to the venue. I had to be at the venue at 9 to help with taking stuff. I get there like 9:15. So do taking shit. At 12 we do the interviews, me and you.
That's right.
You were interviewing someone, right? And then I was behind the camera and, you know, making sure like, you know, everything's alright. And then, you know, someone just comes and puts their head on my shoulder. And I'm like, fuck. And then it was just K-Brad.
Of course.
And then he's like, what's happening? I'm like, hey, what up, man? What's happening? He's like, what's happening here? I'm like, I was just interviewing some local players. He's like, I want to be interviewed. I'm like, sure, I guess you're next. So he starts taking his like shit off. I'm like, hold on, let him finish this first. So, you know, you finish your interview, you know, we do K-Brad, we chill. Saturday night was fucking amazing. Like, we ran Tekken, it was so good. Sydney was on fire. Lazy Dave was amazing. Like, you know, he made me so much money that weekend. People just kept sleeping on Sydney and especially sleeping on Lazy Dave. And I'm like, yo, motherfuckers just don't know. Like, and they didn't know. They just kept betting against David. And then I'm like, as much as you guys want, bet. Like, you know what I mean?
Someone's got to pay for that.
Yeah,
money,
I'm like,
you know
someone got to pay, you know. So, you know, ended up making so much money over the weekend. I was, you know, final figure, I was up $370 for those who care. So, you know, thank you Brisbane and Melbourne for not believing in Sydney. So that was excellent. I didn't play anything besides Tekken. It was the only game I was there for. I made top 32, not that it really matters so much. I lost to a guy in winner's side, random nobody I've never seen before, who picked Nina and then proceeded to fucking kick the shit out of me. And I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? And he was doing all her cancels and everything. He was on point. And I was like, what the fuck? This random guy is hitting optimized Nina combos, doing her flat juggles, you know, which are hard to do, and like just moving all around the screen. And I'm like, we had so much talent, like so much fucking talent. And then he proceeded to almost beat Dion. Dion, he came 4th.
Yeah.
And he won Ocean Lassie. It was 2-1. He went 2-1 against Dion. So just random guy, I don't know, like.
That's good.
I'm like in a way I was like, who the fuck is this dude? Who does he think he is? But then at the same breath I was like, fuck me dead, this dude knows how to play. So his name is A Friendly Tree for anyone. A Friendly Tree. So shout out to A Friendly Tree for, you know, almost knocking out Dion and almost making out. I think he might have made it out of pools. No, he didn't. He didn't make it out of it. Anyway, so yeah, and then I lost in losers to Jin from Melbourne, and yeah, top 8 was hype. 2 Sydney, 3 Melbourne, and, you know, Yiggs from Brisbane was the only one who made it there.
And shout outs to Eli and Colin for doing an amazing job on commentary.
Dude, we had nothing but positive feedback for Eli and Colin. Like, everyone just like, yo, that was sick. So yeah, shout outs to them. Shout outs to Tom and Bill as well for holding down the stream. I mean, Bill spent 90% of his time. Well, actually, 90% is exaggeration. He spent 50% of his time taking pictures of everyone, and then the other 50% running the stream. So that was Bill's time. Respect. He was just either taking pictures of you or recording the stream. So, you know, shout outs to Bill from Brisbane and Tom from Brisbane. You know, mad effort. Shout outs to all the TOs, you know, behind Tekken. Shout outs to Namco. I mean, I asked Steve at the end of Sunday night. I woke up to him and I'm like, Steve, how's the event? Thoughts? For those who don't know who Steve is, he's the senior product manager from Bandai Namco. He's the guy like he gives us the setups for YSB and lets us go to Bamco and stream live on Fridays. So I'm like, Steve, you know, how was the event? He was like, crap. I go, that bad? He's like, yeah. Consider all support from Namco withdrawn for OHN. I'm like, good to hear. So you know, like he really really enjoyed himself. A testament to that on Sunday night. Before Sunday, I'll get to Sunday night. You know, we got Saturday night. K-Bear wants to drink. You know, K-Bear is cool. Like he always hangs out with the Tekken scene. You know what I mean? He just, you know, he likes the Tekken scene. He knows, you know.
Does he still have interest in the game?
He actually is gonna play the game.
Okay.
I don't know how serious he's gonna take it. He did tell me Namco's gonna hook him up with a copy, early copy next week. I don't know if I'm meant to say it. I think he's gonna get an early copy and he's gonna, you know, just grind the shit out of it. I'm like, you know, Justin is a mad player. You know, he can give you tips. So
was it because when we talked to him last year, we were talking about Nina.
Well,
I don't know if that's necessarily the big pick.
So the thing with Gabriel, he just likes the mean-ass blondes. So he plays Kami, he plays Trish, he wants to play Nina in Tekken. I asked him if he's interested in Injustice 2. He's like, yeah, guess which character is going to play? Black Canary. You know, obviously she's the mean blonde. So although he did say he wants to also try out Xiao Yu first because that was the character he used to play like many years ago. Yeah, so she's really good. So he definitely wants to play. He watched all of Top 8 and some of the pools as well. Like he was hella hyped, you know, for the game. So we went out Saturday night and we didn't get home till about 4 a.m. We went out drinking at the casino, and and then I didn't have to get to nothing on Sunday morning.
Well, then why would you?
Although I did manage to catch lunch with Muddins, and
what an absolute like treat that always is.
Yeah, you know, because you know he sent me like a message before BAM. He's like, and I don't know how he worded it exactly, but it was something like something to the effect like, yo, no matter what happens BAM weekend, me and you have to grab a meal together. And then I'm like, done. So you know, on Sunday, had a meal with Muddins. Then we headed back to the venue. Taking Top 8 was off the hook. It ran smooth. It was so fucking hype. I'm just so glad. I'm glad every major people just at least peep Tekken. At least, you know, they, you know, the hype gets to them. Even if they fucking hate the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least they respect the efforts the community put. You know, how much we love the game. How much, you know, it means to us. How much we love to have fun with it. You know, every major. So many people just come up to me and they're like, yo man, just want to say, I have no idea what the fuck is happening on screen, but fuck me, there was Tekken hype, you know. So
I saw all those crowd videos of like whether it was you, Abby, everybody's just gone nuts.
So
it's
you know,
just good to see always.
Again, I just can't wait for the fucking game to drops. Finish Tekken Top 8. I didn't really catch much of Street Fighter.
I haven't seen any Street
Fighter.
Fighter.
I want Bonchan to win because I was talking to Johnny before Top 8 started, and then I go to Johnny. Hey Johnny, I have a feeling Bonchan is gonna win. He's like, no, Fudo's gonna win. Like, nah, I have a feeling Bonchan is gonna win. He's like, no, Fudo. First match, Bonchan versus Fudo loses. I'm like, Johnny, do you ever get anything right? And then he starts laughing and walks away. You know what I mean? So which I kind of called Bonchan winning this tournament, so I should have bet on him. Anyway, you know, Bonchan won. Fucking congratulations. You know, Bonchan is a sick kind of playing Nash. And then after party.
How was it? Fill me in.
Alright.
Because I was playing games like a big dumb nerd.
Actually, one thing I didn't. Never mind. Like I feel bad for Mim, personally. You know, I feel like she was put under pressure. You know, they just, you know, like, Mim, come to Top 8.
Can I say a little bit about that?
And I told her when I met her, I was at the bar and then she came out. Someone came out to me and was like, hey, this is Mim. She wants to, you know, she wanted to introduce herself to me. So, you know.
Twitter personality.
Just saying, she's
69.
like, I'm like, oh, by all means, Mim. Anyway, and then I'll go to look. Before anything, you did good on commentary. Just, you know, don't be scared. Like, you know, she's like, yeah, I was too much scared. I didn't know. I've never done it before, and I just kind of felt bad for her. I'm like, just put her under the gun.
So let me talk again. No one made me sign an NDA.
That's why I said, you know, Giuna carried. You know, Giuna actually hella carried.
So before I did my dry run with Giuna, I did my run with Mim. As in, like, they take you through the sponsors, they do all that shit. Because you don't actually notice this until like they sort of tell you, but they have a very strict like, okay, we do this, we cut to commentators, we cut to player, you shill, you go to the match, you shill again. Like it's very, very like set, so they take you through that whole thing. So before they set it up, I was sort of talking to Mim. I said, oh, like I didn't know you had interest in commentary. She's like, yeah, I didn't. They just sort of asked me. And then in the thread, they're like, you know, George and all the Couch Warriors guys were like, here are the people we recommend. And then the Capcom guy said, thank you, we're going to ignore all of that and do what we want. So that's why...
essentially what you're telling me is Capcom did what Capcom always does.
Yeah, which is why, like, I piped up in a couple of threads, like, obvious, like, I don't know, it's sort of like, it's a tough situation because if you get an opportunity like that, of course you're going to take it, but then for people to dogpile on like that, it's sort of... It's not everyone knows the full story of why. Like I don't even know the full story, but like from the horse's mouth, she said, "I didn't sign up to commentate. They asked me to commentate." Yeah. But so you know.
Yeah. So yeah. Top 8 finished. Tournament was hype. Just to go back to Steve, how much he had time. So for those that don't know, Steve is like a mad health freak. Like you know, he eats so right. He doesn't drink any alcohol. He doesn't like take anything sweet in it. Like he's a mad health freak, right? He went out on Sunday night and bought everyone like so many rounds. Like he was drinking himself. So just a testament how much of a good time he had at BAM and you know how happy he was with the event and you know saying JDCL were off the hook.
Yeah.
Like off the hook. They fucking had such a great time. You know. They want to come back again. You know, to OHN. I don't know if they're gonna come OHN, but they just keep asking me like a million one question about OHN. You know, so you know we'll see what happens with that. So after party was sick. We went and had Korean fried chicken.
Yeah.
And then I got to the venue and I really needed to get a toilet. You know, in a bad way. So I get to the venue and then I'm like, yo guys, just give me 2 minutes. I really need to go drop this dookie. It's been brewing for a while. And then it just like went into pandemonium. Everybody was buying everybody shots and drinks.
I heard Infiltration played Juno in Guilty Gear.
I
heard Giggles shamed our country and lost to Juno and BlazBlue or Guilty Gear.
Oh, shame. Yeah.
Giggles is still my favourite.
So, you know, it was amazing. I was chilling with the Smash crew for a while. I was going to play fucking Pudge in a Smash 4 match. I was going to show him how real my pit is, but, you know, didn't get a chance to. Yeah, I mean... Smash 4 was going off. I was chilling with the anime dudes, and you know, they found out I'm like a closet weeb, but I'm not. You know, just because I watched a couple animes and a couple mangas, and they kept giving me shit. So fuck your anime, don't judge me. So and it was sick. It was a sick night. You know, one of the bartenders stopped letting me buy drinks because apparently I was too intoxicated, but he just doesn't know that this is me 24/7. So it was a bit.
You should have got him on the podcast. Be like, no, watch this.
Yeah, I know.
Pound that MF subscribe button.
And then we got outside and
you should do it too, by the way.
And then everybody's just like losing their mind, what's happening, and then Gino, like you know, me and Gino were just trash talking. He's like, yo, when you come over Japan, I'm gonna fuck you in Tekken 7. And then we're like, blah blah blah. And then he's like, when you going home? I'm like, oh, I'll go back tomorrow night. He's like, no, you're not. We're going out tomorrow night. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm going home Monday night. And then he just grabs K-Brad. He's like, yo, can you tell this idiot that he's not going home on Monday night? And then K-Brad's like, listen, I'm going to book us a hotel room for Monday night. You change your flight to Tuesday. I'm like, well, I guess I'm staying till Tuesday. So yeah, we stayed on Monday night. Although K-Brad, you know, did something smart and stupid at the same time. He booked a hotel with a pool. And then we just chilled in like jacuzzi for like 3 hours. And then shout out to Steph for coming out. Man, Steph is sexy, man. He took his shirt off and there were like these two...
Oh, you mean Solid Steph?
Solid Steph.
Oh, he's solid
and
Steph.
And he took his shirt off and then like, you know, me and Kara were like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was a couple girls in the jacuzzi chilling and they just kept eyeballing Steph. And me and Kara were like, this motherfucker. Anyway, so we just chilled in the jacuzzi for like 3 hours, man. Just talking mad shit. And then after that, everybody was kind of wasted. K-Brad collapsed because he had like a 9 a.m. flight, so I had to get up at like 5 a.m. Went to spend the last night with Giuna with Falco and them. He showed me how to play Leo. You know, it was essentially just button into Reka. Then you go back to it and then the party begins, which I'm like, hey, great character, fucking love Leo, which I do. I honestly think he's my favorite Guilty Gear character. So that was fun. We drank heaps and then went back home. The next day, when I had lunch with the Koreans, and the Koreans fucking loved Melbourne. They loved the tournament, and
that's great.
which was good to hear. And took them around. We had pasta, we had coffee, and then they went H&M. And then I had to say goodbye, and I came home and then slept for 14 hours because that was fucking amazing because I really needed that sleep. So I slept for 14 hours. Didn't do a fuck all yesterday, but this only the thing I did was Lad Injustice 2, and unfortunately Bane is shit, so I'll be dropping that character because he's not good. All about the atrocitus train, and here we are tonight, just recapping the event. It was an
barely
amazing
alive,
event.
yeah.
Amazing event. Had a good time. OHN's gonna be sick.
Before we get off the topic of them, I want to talk about, and Som's gonna cry, not cry because I know we'll talk about the highlight match of the tournament was BK versus Som. No, because he had he got locked out of his apartment on the Friday night.
Yes, he told me.
That was a shitty situation to be in. Yeah. But I want to talk about BK's run and how much I want to slap him in the face, but mainly his run.
He told me he almost beat Game of B.
Okay, so we'll get there. For the first match, so in top 32, I'm like, I can't remember who's running the bracket. I'm like, when is BK playing Somniac? They're like, they'll be on stream next. So I'm watching the stream match, and then I turn around, and then they're playing off stream. So I'm like, well, shit, okay, this is the match I want to watch, because both these guys are very influential to my personal development SF5, but also the larger Australian scene.
Yes.
So you could just tell Som was not having a good day because of what had happened the night before. But of course, the Sydney person in me is like, yes, BK's won.
In your face.
He won.
Burns, doesn't it?
And then BK took that, and I don't know if it was his next match. I think it would have been his next match. He had to play Gamer B. He won the first. He destroyed the first game, and Gamer B did Nakali things, and he sort of he got through the second game. We got the footage of it. Maybe we'll put it up somewhere. Last game, Gamer B goes up one game, but trounces BK. I'm like, shit. No, it's fine. It's BK. BK's fine. BK comes back. We're like, yes. BK. He got. It's a back and forth last round. I can't remember the specific of it. It was back and forth. BK gets a hit on what's his face, Nakali, and then Nakali does something. I think he does stomp. BK V reversals. He dashes forward for the meaty. He misses the meaty. Wake up jab. Wake up strong. A counter hit confirmed into super. BK loses. But I'll tell you what the most upsetting thing about that. The upsetting thing is not that BK came a wake-up jab away from beating an international grade player. The thing that upset me was BK came that close, lost to a wake-up jab, turns to us and says, we'll never get to that level. When you lose to a wake-up jab, he turns to everybody and says, we'll never get to that level.
Sometimes you just gotta wake up jab.
Media isn't free after V reversal, so it wasn't a true setup, but the point still stands. By the way, Sob, you should definitely come to YSP before HN. But
he said he's coming.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. The point still stands though. BK got within I don't know, dick's piss away. That's not a phrase, but I'm gonna make it a phrase. He got a dick's piss away from being an international of that caliber.
Dick's piss.
And and he's like, we'll never get to that level.
You're a mess.
I'm a mess. Dick's piss.
I don't know what you're smoking.
So my only regret from the weekend was I'm not good at networking, but it would have been cool to get to know Juna better, especially because I'm fucking moving there.
I did tell him actually, my boy's moving to Tokyo. Gotta look after him. So I did put in a good word. But he actually seemed really cool, really down to earth.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
I mean, someone's down to earth when he's getting paid by Capcom.
Of course.
Yeah, trash talking Capcom. So,
I mean, that's all allegedly, of course.
Yeah, we're all drunk.
So do you have, I don't know, what are your other highlights from the weekend? What are your big takeaways? Fucking sick event.
Tekken was sick. Honestly, if on a personal level, I really want the game out so I can play more. And as much as I love touring and organising, I really would like to play more majors. But the next major is OHN.
Yeah, of course.
So I won't get to play that much anyway. So that's probably just on a personal level. Besides that, man, it's really good seeing so much interest in Tekken. Had a couple guys from Perth fly out. South Australia was in the house. And so many new players in the new Challengers tournament. So we had some people from Sydney travel to their first major and they fucking loved it. You know, they're like, holy shit, you know, so many people. I don't care, I went 0-2. You know, it's so much fun, get to play so much Tekken.
Yeah.
You know, Saint and DCL was there. And like, all the TOs, like, they were so accommodating to everyone. Like, you know, whatever they needed, they wanted. Namco support was insane. We gave away so many, like, t-shirts, lanyards, key rings, mugs, pop heads, like, so much shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and the event as a whole was, you know, really, really well run. Really, like, everything was looked after.
Shout outs to, and this is always the dangerous territory because we're gonna forget people, but shout outs to everybody volunteered or you know on the board, whether it was Muddins, Daniel, Darren, Jack, Chris, Spoonie, Igor, man, Igor's my
everyone,
favorite.
the entire
and you know, like, I know, if you've been to a major, you know that no matter whether it's a story or like a shout out, you can never get butthurt about being forgotten because there are just so many
I know. It's funny because I did my write up and I was talking to Barra today, and Barra's like, "You didn't show me in your write up." And I'm Barra, like,
hey, look, if you've been to a major, you know that
like,
congratulations to everybody involved. It was amazing.
Even when I was like writing my BAM write up, I even said, like, before anything, I'm like, I'm just gonna say things as they come to my head. Yeah, because I'm direct. So it's not like I sat down and I need to mention this dude, I need to mention this dude, I need to say this and say. I'm like, I'm just gonna write whatever comes to me, and then I'm just gonna fucking post it. And even though it just always ends up being a chunk anyway, just, you know. But yeah, great event. Can't wait for OHN. It's gonna be sick. Now we're going, like, you know, full mode to, you know, OHN prep. Also,
so expect full short mode.
I want to give one final. Bumped into the Gong organizer.
Prods?
No, not Prods. I don't know his handle. Sean.
Okay.
One of the twins.
Yeah.
Right. Sean, and he gave me a lift home from the airport, even though he lives all the way in the fucking Wollongong.
Fighting game community.
So, you know, shout outs to Sean, you know, for giving me. I'm like, dude, you're going all the way to Wollongong. He's like, no, it's cool. And I'm like, dude, I'm like not on the way. I'm like, where's to go and say? No, dude, please, I insist. I'm like, alright, it's fucking sick. So, yeah, shout outs to Sean. Like, this is the community, man. Like, everybody got each other's back. Like, you know what I mean? You know, fuck Sydney, fuck Melbourne, fuck Brisbane.
All of those things can be true.
That's nothing, man.
But it's all, you know, it's all love.
We all play the same shit. We all share the same passion. We all friends, family. We're all there for each other. So, like, you know, it's like, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So, yeah.
Like, there was not a single person or community I had a negative interaction. And that's no exaggeration. Everybody was phenomenal. Yeah. And if there was an issue, you'd bet within 5 minutes, hey man, like, I was stressed, something's going on, I'm sorry. And then it's like, you know, it's great. Because we're adults. Even the Smash players.
I wanna give just a plug, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I don't run this by you, but one of Sydney's FGCs, he's kind of been on and off with the scene. He's looking to start a esports bar.
Okay.
Alright, and looking to get some opinions, whatever. He almost had a venue in the bag and around the Strathfield area, but, you know, that kind of fell through. So for anyone interested, you know, can you please on Facebook check out First Round Esports Bar and, you know, give it a like. Hit Frank, the guy's name is Frank. Hit him with some ideas what you like to see. It's in Sydney, so, you know, I mean, look at this. So
it's all in the community. This is great with the theme of the community.
First Round Esports.
I'll put it in the show notes.
We'll put it in the show notes.
Because this will benefit the community in the long run, presumably.
And so he's part of the FGC. He's helped to OHN before he had to step out because, you know, job and, you know, he has a girlfriend and, you know, he was starting to. This is also had to step out a bit, you know, from the FGC. Yeah. But, you know, his passion is still there. So just give it a like, the Facebook page. Hit him with any ideas you need. You know, he'll be looking to open it sometime this year. So First Round Esports Bar. Right. Just that's all on my end.
That's kind of it for
we should put OHN link.
Okay.
You know, I was on the Australian Facebook page today, and then I'm like, need to change the banner to OHN. And also, we need more fucking majors in Australia, man. Fuck this. Tired of this fucking
esports bar thing.
3 majors bullshit. Well, you know, America has like a major every second week.
Well, alright, I'm gonna run things by you. Like, this is for the chat, but also for the archive listeners, because BAM was our first successful attempt at expanding beyond just the podcast. So I was thinking with the launch of Injustice and maybe Tekken 7,
Great game.
you reckon the boys would want to maybe we could shoot some primers and do some stuff like that? You reckon the boys would be keen?
Well, tomorrow night I'm going to Hong's because Friday night's back at home.
That's right.
So that's that.
Maybe we can line one of those weeks up.
Yeah, they're always running. They always run at Friday night. So and shout outs to Aaron and Albert. Shout outs to Aaron and Albert's parents as well for putting up with 15 stinking sweaty dudes just hammering buttons.
I'm gonna come out next week, I think.
So that's happening every Friday. If you're interested in Injustice or anything NRS, hit up the Injustice Facebook page. We'll put it in the show notes as well. And hit up Aaron or Albert. They're two great figureheads of the community. If you have any tournaments as well happening anywhere in Australia, hit up Jacob. He's also looking after that stuff, another figurehead in the NRS community. So big things happening this year, man. Injustice, Tekken, Marvel Infinite end of the year. Man, we say this every year, but this is a good year for fighting games.
This is the year for fighting games, I think.
Personally, for me, this is going to be the best fucking year because Tekken 7 finally comes out. I don't know about everyone else, but yes, this is going to be a good year.
I had what my train of thought? Whatever, it'll come to me, but... Yeah, far out, man. This year, there's so much good stuff happening, and I think we're gonna do our best to sort of do what we can along the way outside of this.
So you're leaving me, so
we'll figure it out. And we get asked this a lot. We are looking into. So the plan for IDEP is we're gonna go back to the old days, like a Skype show. If it's shit, we go on hiatus until I come back because I'm coming back. But we have plans. Obviously, we'll have a different perspective from Japan. And I'm going to be hella active over there, and we'll see what happens. So, content's not going anywhere, but between now and when I go, I want to pump out as much as I can. I want to do a bunch of Tekken stuff. I want to do Injustice stuff. Marvel will be too late, but we can do a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. So if there's anything you'd like to see us, because Sydney's obviously a very diverse community, so maybe we can, if there's any content you want to see, whether it's informative or entertainment, we'll figure it out.
We're always here to. Remember that time when we had Falcon and then after we ended this shit, we just kept talking for a while and everybody was just listening this is interesting. Whatever it is, be it something as just, casual shit talk or something more in depth, more serious, hit us, happy we take everything on board.
So I don't know, maybe we'll kick it through the chat for a bit, but I'm going to do some shilling real quick.
So
like we said at the beginning of the show, next week on twitch.tv/Gamera, we will be live composing I will be. Youssef, you'll probably stream on stream, I'm assuming.
I'll still have what I do.
And a friend of mine will be coming over who is a composer, friend of the consoles. He will be live streaming. He and I, we're gonna just compose the theme for IDEP, and the end theme for IDEP on the show. So check that out. That'll be a lot of fun, and we'll be definitely taking input from the chat. In addition to that, you should be following the Twitch anyway, twitch.tv/Gamera, because it helps us pay for this financial boondoggle. And it is, because Australian internet is so shit, we run this on 4G. So even just mashing that MF follow button goes a long way. But I don't know, if the chat has any questions, I'm happy to just
if you guys have any thoughts or questions, let's kick it for a bit. An hour and a half, we haven't ran too long. June 17, next Melbourne event.
So for the audio listeners, this chat's been talking about, the whole 2-3 majors thing, and then why isn't YSB and Couch Warriors Rambats every week? Because YSBs are over 200 people.
Yeah, we get over 200 people every
That's probably why.
It's hard to, shit costs money. So yeah.
But yeah, it'll be good. YSB will be good. And shout outs to, how did it feel to be shaken off by Zua? Sua, whatever, man. She was playing a bit and we talked a lot. I actually kind of respect that she stuck to her guns on the stream and she played the character the whole way.
Jury.
Yeah, the whole jury and the you're not worth my time, you're garbage, whatever. And then she came up to me afterwards, she was like, oh, very nice to meet you, blah. I'm like, yeah, right.
How good is her English?
Her Japanese is off chops, but I don't know, her English was pretty garbage.
Garbage.
It was pretty garbage. It was pretty funny because after the stream, because the stream chat, so when I was stream chatting with Juna, the two most savage comments were there was American Juna and then bootleg Australian Juna. I'm like, oh, I'll take that. That's bootleg Australian. If that's the worst,
Jonno Juna.
Jonno Juna is the worst I cop. That's fine. That must have been I did a pretty okay job. and then they were saying Sua was female Dogura. And then she came up afterwards, because Dogura's like, who is female, like Sua?
Who is female Dogura?
And then Sua's like, no, I'm not female Dogura. And then she like starts swearing her mouth off in Japanese. And Juna's sitting there like I caught bits of it, and Juna's like, yeah, this is pretty. I'm pretty glad this isn't on the Capcom Fighter stream. So that was pretty nice.
So how do you feel? Do you think there'll be any grudge matches in the future? Whatever. What date is June YSB? We haven't booked yet. We only booked up to May.
Do you think there'll be any grudge matches in the future? We've talked about this before, but with the whole Facebook and how like it's not as easy to talk shit anymore, because you can call somebody a name, and in the community we all know what that means. But if like someone's boss sees that, it's not quite the same as in foreign days. I think the grudge matches will still be there, but whether or not they'll be the same like ferociousness as they were back in the day, we'll know. And yeah, in terms of the other YSBs, I think we're having a big Illuminati meeting soon, so then I'll announce all the dates like we did for the first 6 months. In terms of the YSB dates.
Oh yeah, we really
is it meme just female infiltration? Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, that's old. Meme infiltration.
Yeah, you got to keep those memes up.
Yeah, you gotta stay fresh. Stay fresh.
So what other matches did I see? You know Travis, Mim's boyfriend.
Yeah, I saw him beat Nikali in a sorry, not Nikali. Gamer beat in a match.
I saw him 5-0 Daigo.
I was told 5-3.
Oh,
but either way, he won a first.
He beat Daigo, and he's been playing fighting games for 2 years.
And he also made top 32.
Yeah, he did well. There are a lot of really good top 32.
Him and Zed from memory.
That's great.
Top 32.
And then I think Lama snuck through.
BK
so
made
all the DS boys made it, and then BK got through. Lama got through.
I don't think Wasman got through. Although he did that pretty far.
He did pretty well.
Yeah, he's.
I want to pull that boy over to do some streaming, because we are going to be streaming soon.
Travis apparently called up Taz in Injustice.
Oh, that's cute.
And he was like, you're bar roll trash.
Life savings on Wasminator, please.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Travis apparently he's good in SF, but I mean Taz.
Oh, sorry, ZG didn't make it out, but ZG put in work elsewhere, so it doesn't matter. ZG, you're the fucking best, man. It doesn't matter.
ZG plays Loti. Well, not Loti. He plays Honest.
Honest.
That's what happens when you play Honest in SF.
Honest is stupid. Apparently Travis also called out Googie.
No, I called out Googie.
Well, Som says, if we're going to get fact checked by the chat, blobs. No.
Well, Googie called me out actually.
Googie?
Yeah.
I didn't get to talk to Googie at all. I love that young man.
Well, he called me out, and I'm like, I ain't no punk bitch, so pretty sure we're now gonna verse each other at OHN in like a $200 match or something.
Ooh.
So in Injustice though, so I have to get back to Injustice.
So maybe we can film some hot spicy takes with some OHN champions in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm going to do just big top team, man. Easy peasy.
That Gamera guy knocked us. That's right. IOCV New Zealand. I gotta give a shout out to Jamie, sassiest little boy I've ever met.
Jamie's so good at Tekken, man.
Yeah, look, he's a talented dude.
He's so good.
So do you know about the Jonno special in Street Fighter 5? Have you been acquainted with? So I get more mileage out of stand heavy punch into super than everybody else. Oh, but this Zazod fellow, I've heard he's pretty good. And so I was actually feeling a bit nervous because he's actually like he bought me online, but the connection whatever. But I respect Jamie after like I'd already nearly wiped the floor with his team. So first round.
Oh, New Zealand, where you at?
So the Jonno special is like stand heavy punch super. I hit a couple. Actually, no, I whipped the first one, and Didi's like, oh, I don't know, man, this is looking pretty suspect. And then second round, I hit it. He pulls out his phone. He's like, alright, this is fine. So then against Jamie, I first round, I did it. He blocked it because it was like the first match we played all weekend, and then he blocked the super. Second round, he does crouch heavy punch into super on block. He turns to me and goes, I learned that from you. I'm like, alright, this guy.
He's sitting at showing tech.
I don't know, it was fun. I had a lot of fun. We'll kick it for like another couple of minutes and then we're going to head off.
Yeah.
We weren't ready for high tier Chun. Yeah, man, I don't know. So, in terms of season 2, I went to Cami and then realised my Cami's ass and then went back to Chun. And then on Saturday night, Falco and I, we ate ramen our sorrows away about season 2 Chun-Li and how no one listens to our problems. However genuine they may be. But no one cares because, your character literally broke the meta in season 1.
What?
Chun-Li. Alex was stupid. No one's debating that.
It was
but
stupid.
I feel like you can play an S tier character and still have valid criticisms about the game after your character gets nerfed, and you still have results. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's
I just want to say to Dave, if you guys want, after John Wick, because we're watching John Wick 2 on Saturday, me and the Tekken boys, I can bring my PS4 to yours or something, and you guys can try it Injustice. So you don't have to fork out the money for it.
Josky has a good question to end on here.
What is it?
If you guys had to pick one sick moment from BAM, which one would stick with you? I butchered that question, but you get the idea.
You guys have spoken about how sick BAM was a lot, but if you had to pick one moment, you'll remember, what is it? Oh, honestly, my highlight moment from BAM was Dave making top 5. 100%. 100%. Like, just seeing, because I see the guy all the time, and I see how much effort he puts. He watches, he tries to, he's never wavered from how he plays Tekken. See, Brisbane, this is how stupid Brisbane is. And yes, I called you stupid. When I was taking Brisbane money, because they kept betting against David, you know what they kept saying? Boring. Boring. You know what they kept saying? Boring? Because you know what Dave does when he plays Tekken? He plays Tekken. And that's one thing Brisbane aren't very good at, except Colin. Colin's the best. Alright? So when David was playing Tekken in the game called Tekken and fucking all the Brisbaneers, all Brisbane could do while they're giving me hundreds and hundreds of their money is say boring. So shout outs to Dave for, I didn't give a fuck about the money. Just shout outs to Dave, his journey and him making top 5 at a tournament as Stacks BAM. Fucking deserves it and I'm so proud. So yeah, that's my boy.
I'm gonna dick ride BK again.
Yeah.
BK's run was my highlight because I mean, look, we saw Falco took a set off an Evo champ last year, and then this year BK. So Man, like the last matches of the game, BK was bopping Man, and Man was like visibly shaky. Turns to BK, goes, "I haven't heard about you, man. You're Australia's best." I'm like, "Yeah, that's my coach. That's my coach. That's BK. He's my coach."
When BK was popping mine.
Yeah, free.
Nice.
Like it was close for a bit, and then BK's like, "All right, because I have like NBN download speeds for fighting games. I figured you out, buddy." And then I think it ties into a really poignant point that Falco made. These guys, the internationals come, we play them, we get used to their rhythm because we're not stupid. We're as smart as they are. We get used to their rhythm. They go away. The quality of play drops, and then our quality of play drops with it. Hey, did you know BK almost beat Gamer B since every Sid player to Falco at BAM? Man, he's spicy.
Almost beat Gamer.
Oh yeah, shout outs to Chill as well for his win in VF. That was the most nonchalant victory ever.
Did you see my post BAM write-up? I'm like, who the fuck needs Mike?
Exactly.
Who needs Mike?
That was good.
But no, honestly, great event. I cannot wait for OHN. Got so much in store. All in due time. I mean.
Oh yeah, there's a trailer, but maybe we'll just put that on the front page.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't have that ready. But if you like trailers, you should go to youtube.com/Osado because I'm not looking that up right now. But there's 3 tiers. Let's talk about the 3 tiers.
Oh yeah, just to remind people of the games that are how they're gonna lay out. They're gonna be laid out at OHN. So the most important games. Well, not the most important games. So the main focus games are the 6 games that we announced, being Street Fighter 5, Tekken 7, Injustice 2, Guilty Gear, Smash 4, and Smash Melee. So these 6 games we're dubbing the trophy games. What that means is you guys get all the pizzazz, all the freshness, all the funkiness.
Ziggy's got the trailer. We're watching the trailer.
Now, I'm talking.
Sorry, I'll set it up. You go.
All right. So you get stream time on Sunday. Of course, Smash. You'll have your own Smash area. And the other 4 games is stream time on Sunday. You get streamed everything the weekend, and you'll get a trophy for winner and a medal for 2nd and 3rd. So that's the 6 main games. Right under that, we have the medal games. So you got trophy games, then you got in the middle, there's the medal games. So think in the medal games, think games like ST, games maybe like Marvel 3. Games
These aren't all confirmed, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just giving examples. Games where they still get largest numbers. At the moment, games like, COF 14 is a medal game where it's not really, up there, but, it still gets a lot, quite decent amount of numbers.
and they'll have no stream time on Sunday. However, the winner will get a medal.
Yes.
So that's how it works. You will get an
to be clear,
medal.
the trophy games are the only things that have been announced. To be 100% transparent, the medal lineup is still TBA. So we don't want to shoot our mouths off here.
Yes.
But anyway.
So just give an example, and then at the bottom, I use bottom and bottom. Don't think I'm hating on a game. We have the DIY games. So essentially, you apply, and then if we approve you, you rock up to our chain. We're like, hello. I don't know. Just give an example.
Alpha 2.
Alpha 2.
Alpha 2. If Alpha get Alpha 2, would be a good example.
Or hello Alpha 2. This is your area.
Hello COF 2003. You want to run it in top 8 Street Fighter 4, but if you like, the difference is if you're in a DIY bracket, whatever it is, and then you get called for a trophy match bracket, that's obviously going to take priority. But don't worry about that. We will have
this is your area. Do your thing.
Yes.
And that's about it. So,
and like Ziggy said in the chat, especially with the medal lineup, there is still time to show support for your game.
Yes.
We are looking.
We are more than happy to elevate a game from medal to trophy.
And we are looking at what's happening at YSB. We are looking at what's happening
all
in Brisbane,
locals around Australia.
Stuff.
Bam. We are keeping a very close and keen eye. Essentially, and maybe I should be saying this. We really want a game to hit at least 32 entrants for it to be eligible for trophy.
But we'll see. We don't want to put any numbers.
So if we need something like that, and of course a game to be mainstream. So I know maybe
TLDR. You know what the trophy games are. They're the big boys. If you want medal tier, which get a lot of support, similar to some of the games at OHN last year, you still have time to rally your support by showing up wherever your state is. Like, I run the blog. I'm on the OHN committee. I know what you guys are playing. And if I don't, just message me and you can make noise that way. Yes. And then DIY will be a true free-for-all. But that one will ultimately come down to space limitations. So we don't know whether or not there will be caps on that. But bottom line is, if you want your game to get supported and at OHN, there is still time for you to support it. And actually, the last thing we'll say, then we'll close it out, is next episode will be all about how to grow a scene, how to support a scene. This is an episode we've been talking about for a while, because as new games rise, big or small, if you want to be the person to take the reins, good on you. But we'll help guide you sort of how to do that, which ties in nicely, I think, to what's been going on. Wow, is there a date for this amazing event? Where can I find more information on the subject? Thank you, my gracious Twitch chat host, Falco. You can go to ohn.osado.net for all things OHN 15. It will be taking place September 15th through 17th at the Hilton.
There's a Facebook event as well. Just look up Osado Nationals 15.
Yeah, or go to Osado, facebook.com/Osado. It'll be under the events thing there. I'm going to go shill a bunch in the show notes.
Are we going to show the trailer?
No, we'll put the trailer in the show notes.
Put the trailer in the
show notes. We've been doing so well so far, I don't want to go ahead and break it. So, I'm surprised we managed to fill out 2 hours.
I know, solid effort.
Yeah.
Solid effort.
Honest, congratulations again to everybody involved with BAM Night. It was, and I was sweating balls thinking how we're going to top that, because it was honestly an amazing show. Shout out to everybody we hung out with over the weekend, all the games, GG's to all. Like we said, next week we'll be back doing a very special supplementary stream. If you want to make your mark on IDEP, twitch.tv/Gamra, next Thursday, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, we'll be streaming a whole bunch of other stuff like Dojo and probably some Injustice stuff. Do you have any other shout outs or anything like that?
Shout outs to all the new people I meet at all the majors, because you're what keeps the scene going, because when the old guard is, dead and gone, you guys are going to become the new old guard. So, shout outs to always seeing new faces at tournaments, that always makes me feel happy on the inside. Everything we do, everything we sacrifice, everything we work hard for, it has a purpose. You guys are the purpose we work hard for. So shout out to everyone that comes out and support, especially all the new faces, and hopefully, we can continue to provide you guys with good time and a fun environment. And cheers to many years to come.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Ultra Street Fighter 2 drops next week, so stay tuned for some sick hot violent Ken strats.
To quote one of the greatest thinkers of the 21st century, who gives a fuck?
I do. Anyway, That's going to do it for us. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week and then again in 2 weeks for a normal show.
See ya.